one can resist it. John Kerry is our climate czar, and he uses a private jet. It's like if the Secretary of Homeland Security smuggled drugs in his butt. People take jets to environmental conferences. If you could run TED Talks on hypocrisy, you wouldn't need coal. But sorry, not sorry. I tried to do my part for the environment. I never had kids. The one thing worse for the planet than private jets. A third category, those who could but do not, does not exist. Except for Ed Begley and Greta Thunberg. And that's why you never see a picture of her smiling. Ed and Greta, that's who walks the walk. Everyone else is full of and I'm done being full of I can take being a bad environmentalist because almost all of us are, but I can't take being a hypocrite.
Bill Maher has been unloading blunt truth, and his focus is squarely on celebrities who have attached themselves to every popular cause. From self-declared climate defenders to entertainers who take bold public positions on international issues, he isn't sparing anyone. He's calling out the shallow side of their activism, pointing out how little substance often sits behind their loudest statements. The way he lays it out, the contradictions are impossible to ignore. And judging by the reaction, his commentary hit nerves across Hollywood. Things are about to get intense.
Now enjoy this fun photo collage of some of your favorite stars and politicians who speak about the need to reduce our carbon footprint, but who are always on private planes. That's right, all of them. If you don't see a celebrity's picture here, it's because we weren't allowed to use it. Or their series got canceled. But all the environmentalists of Hollywood and Washington do it. Their position on climate change is, we must do more to stop pouring carbon into the air, except for me when I want to go somewhere and then I take a private jet.
Maher went straight at the core of celebrity activism by pointing out how quickly many of these stars abandon their own environmental messaging. They speak about carbon footprints and responsible living, yet operate in ways that contradict everything they promote. Some of them serve in official roles for major climate organizations, representing movements they claim to support. But then they move around the world in private jets, attend elite gatherings, take luxury vacations, and glide from event to event with no thought to the emissions they create. Maher highlighted that this isn't a minor inconsistency. It represents a wider pattern in Hollywood where image matters more than meaningful action.
It turns out there is one thing in this world that is completely impossible to resist, and this is it. It's like heroin. If you do it once, you'll never stop. There are two kinds of people in the world, those who fly private and those who would if they could.
Maher has a point. Most people might choose convenience or comfort if they had the means, but when you're a public figure insisting that everyone else make sacrifices, the standard is different. There's a huge gap between the message these celebrities push and the choices they actually make. They sign on to climate initiatives, film ads about sustainability, and take the stage at environmental summits, yet they regularly travel in ways that contradict the very goals they promote. Every private flight to a party, premiere, or vacation undercuts the seriousness of their advocacy. Maher is reminding them that when you take on a leadership role in a public movement, your actions carry weight, and inconsistency erodes trust.
A third category, those who could but do not, does not exist. Except for Ed Begley and Greta Thunberg. And that's why you never see a picture of her smiling. Ed and Greta, that's who walks the walk. Everyone else is full of shit, and I'm done being full of shit. I can take being a bad environmentalist because almost all of us are, but I can't take being a hypocrite.
That's the heart of the issue. A celebrity who talks passionately about climate change while jumping on a private jet simply to reach another event isn't just slipping up. They're undermining their own message. Ordinary people take commercial flights or skip unnecessary trips because they have no choice. Meanwhile, celebrities operate under a different set of rules, and some act as if their convenience outranks the standards they place on everyone else. You can understand special cases where security demands it, but the rest of the time the contradiction is clear. Maher exposed how this double standard turns genuine causes into shallow performances that prioritize visibility over real change.
No one can resist it. John Kerry is our climate czar, and he uses a private jet. It's like if the Secretary of Homeland Security smuggled drugs in his butt. People take jets to environmental conferences. If you could run TED Talks on hypocrisy, you wouldn't need coal. But sorry, not sorry. I tried to do my part for the environment. I never had kids. The one thing worse for the planet than private jets.
Maher didn't stop at celebrities. He called out political leaders too, especially those who champion environmental protection while racking up private jet miles. Even high-profile Democratic officials who frame climate policy as a top priority often travel in ways that contradict their message. They urge Americans to reduce emissions by electric cars and fly less, all while taking flights that surpass what many families use in years. Maher pointed out that at least Republicans aren't running around as self-declared climate heroes while acting the opposite. The criticism isn't about private jets alone. It's about credibility. When those shaping policy can't meet their own standards, people start to question whether the movement is being led with sincerity.
In 2021, 80% of new vehicles weren't electric, weren't even hybrid. They weren't even cars. They were SUVs and trucks. That's what people want. In 1973, the share of global electricity generated by coal was 38%. You know what it was 46 years later in 2019 after all the talk and all the trying? 37%. You know what percentage of plastic gets recycled? 5%. Those blue bins that are everywhere, they're not full of bottles, they're full of shit.
That's where the discouragement sets in. The world has invested billions into climate initiatives. We've seen high-profile campaigns, celebrity endorsements, global summits, and endless speeches. Yet the results often feel disconnected from the scale of the effort. And the more hypocrisy surfaces, the harder it becomes for everyday people to take the movement seriously. When the loudest voices fail to model basic principles, their grand messages start to look like advertising rather than conviction. It leaves people wondering whether the cause is being advanced effectively or whether some parts of it have drifted into performance. That realization is frustrating and disappointing for those who genuinely care about the issue.
Run for office in America, you have to want to live here. I bring this up because there was a video that made the rounds recently by a woman who said she was a proud progressive and was running for state representative in New Hampshire, and yet posted this.
Is there a place we can move that people would be happy to have us, that we're not gentrifying or colonizing? I don't want to be a problem, but I need to get the out of this country.
The out of this country? The one you want to be elected to a leadership position in? What was your campaign slogan? America, a shining on a hill?
Maher also called attention to another contradiction he sees all the time. Some people loudly declare how much they dislike America, list every flaw they can think of, and insist they're ready to move out. Yet they never actually go anywhere. They have endless complaints about the country but continue to enjoy the comfort and freedoms it provides. Maher highlighted how this outrage often feels more dramatic than genuine. If America is as unbearable as they claim, the obvious question is why they stay. But deep down they know the answer. For all its issues, America still offers opportunities and freedoms that many places can't match. Their decision to remain says more than their criticism ever could.
Maybe the problem isn't that America isn't worth defending. Maybe the problem is that lots of people today are entitled whiners who have no perspective and no idea how good they have it. 59% of self-identified liberals say there have been times when they considered leaving America for good, like after NBC canceled The West Wing. I don't get it. You want so badly for every immigrant to come to this country and experience the good life, but somehow it's so terrible you want to leave?
Maher then connected this to another contradiction on the political left. Some leaders and activists insist that America must welcome an unlimited number of illegal immigrants because this country represents hope and opportunity. At the same time, many of these voices also claim the nation is irreparably broken and oppressive. It's impossible to make both arguments with a straight face. If America is truly as terrible as they say, why encourage people to come here? And if it's so full of opportunity that others risk everything to reach it, why pretend it's unlivable? Maher pointed out that this contradiction is based more on emotion and political theater than on consistent logic. His criticism pushes the discussion back toward reality.
A long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday. I guess she flew back from Tajikistan.
It becomes clear that many people who claim they're desperate to leave have no real intention of doing it. They know how good they have it compared to most parts of the world. America isn't perfect, but it offers stability, upward mobility, and personal freedoms that draw people from across the globe. That's why thousands risk their lives to come here. People don't make that journey for a country that's falling apart. They do it because they see opportunity. And while some complain loudly, they stay because they understand deep down that life elsewhere likely wouldn't compare. Their behavior reveals what they truly believe, even when their words say something different.
2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here. And it doesn't look like the migrant traffic is going back. Then there's all the TikToks telling Americans things like,
"It's fucked." I think the new American dream is to leave.
I'm 18 years old and I escaped America.
Yeah, you don't have to escape America. That wall we're always debating isn't to keep you in.
It all raises the question of whether some people actually understand the world outside the United States. It's easy to criticize America while enjoying comfort and safety, but many forget what daily life looks like in places with true instability. Yes, America has problems, but countless countries deal with far worse. In many parts of the world, hunger, poverty, and corruption are overwhelming and permanent. And when some say that America under Trump wasn't democratic, they often have no understanding of what real authoritarianism looks like. Entire nations live without free elections or basic freedoms. Maher's point is simple. Before declaring America broken beyond repair, people should look honestly at how the rest of the world functions. His criticism stands out because it cuts through political theater and exposes glaring contradictions. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.